it's Mrs. Drake with the clarinet, and we're going to be doing lesson 7. I hope you've already warmed up on your scales and all that. Okay, so let's take a look at lesson 7, song 1. Do you see how it starts with some rests? I'm not sure why they started that. They could have just done as a pickup note. So can you tell that the first two notes of song 1 are hopper? The nickname for it is hopper, 2 16th notes. So to lead off song 1, I'm going to go 1 and 2, and you jump in with hopper grass, hopper grass, hopper grass. So song number 1, everybody warm up the first few notes. Okay, so song 1, I'm going to lead it off 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Okay, song number 2 starts with a similar style with just the hopper, but in this situation on song 2 they did it as pickup notes, meaning it's an incomplete measure. So I'm going to lead it off the same way, 1 and 2, and you jump in with hopper grass, hopper grass. Okay, song 2. 1 and 2. Kind of a famous melody, you might have recognized it. It's usually called the William Tell Overture. Okay, song 3. Lots of rests, that's catching my eye. There's a fermata on the very last note. Remember to hold it longer and I'll give you that signal when to cut it off. No key signature, so it's going to be B middle finger. There's some low Fs, so make sure your pinky is ready to go down to low F. Okay, so it's going to be tut, tut, T, T, T. It'll be the speed of number 3. 1, 2, ready, go. All right. Song 4 is called March Slav. March Slav is actually a very famous piece of music by the Russian composer Tchaikovsky. And March Slav is originally written for a full symphony orchestra. And March Slav probably really takes about 20 minutes to play the whole thing. So this is just one small chunk of it. So if you enjoy number 4, if you like the sound of it, I encourage you to look at YouTube or try to find it somehow. Find March Slav by Tchaikovsky, and I think you might enjoy it. It's really a beautiful piece of music. Okay, so song 4 is hard. The first note is high A. I hope you recognize that that's high A. Luckily, it's maestoso, which maestoso means slow and proud. The second note of song 4 is high G sharp. I don't think we've ever played high G sharp. Do you remember how high G is this, left hand? Well, high G sharp is this little key right here, the one right next to your pinky. So the way right next to the other finger. So how I usually find it is I kind of slide down, I keep my pinky right close to the skin of my other finger, and that helps you find that little key. This little one right here is the key for the G sharp. Do you remember low C sharp? It's the same exact finger position as low C sharp, but when you put your thumb on the register key, it creates high G sharp. So I'm going to do it low, C to C sharp. And now I'm going to do high G to high G sharp. Try that, everybody. As you look through the songs, there's quite a few G sharps. There is a C sharp toward the end of the first line. I want to remind you that that's right blue, right blue. I hope you can remember that. Feel free to draw, like circle these notes or actually write the word right blue on it if you want to. There's a low G sharp. Look at measure 9. I don't know if we've ever played that G sharp. This is kind of weird. I think you're going to like it. Okay, so G sharp, low, you know how low G is open? G sharp is this side key right here. Here's the key you played A. This is the key to play A with, but notice it's the one over here. And years ago I had a kid that told me they thought it looked like a lizard. So sometimes I call it the lizard key. But the real name for it is the G sharp key. So it's this one over here. Nothing, no thumb, nothing else. So I'm going to play a G and then I'm going to play a G sharp. Try that, everybody. That is used in measure 9, and it's also used in measure 11. Later on, it's used on also, it's called G sharp. Look at measure 14. Measure 14 has the C sharp. I think you've already learned it, and we talked about it a few minutes ago. But low C sharp is that pinky key. So March Slav is difficult. March Slav is difficult. The first time through, you might want to just listen to me play it and just try to move your fingers and see if you can keep up. It's a lot of pinky action, a lot of these side keys. It's difficult, but it is a beautiful piece of music. Okay, so March Slav starts with a high A. 1, 2, ready, go. I love March Slav. Again, I encourage you to look it up on YouTube. It's a beautiful piece. Okay, next page. Page 5. I said the wrong thing. Song 5, which is page 17. Gonna grab a drink of water. Take a look at Song 5. It's called Morning. This is another melody that you might recognize by Edvard Grieg. There's lots of slurs. The first time through it, you might want to leave off the slurs to make it a little bit easier. There is a repeat. I'm not going to bother with the repeat. I'm just going to play it once. But look at measure 5. Do you notice above measure 5 how there's a star and then there's a double star? And if you notice under the music, it explains what to do. It's called right hand down. I think I might have explained this to you before. But when you're playing an A, you know this note A, you can put your right fingers down while you're playing the A. A is considered a throat tone. Open G, G sharp, A, high B flat, those are considered the throat tones. You can leave your right fingers down and it actually makes the G sound better. So here's a regular G. Hardly noticeable. But if you put your right fingers down, sometimes it does make it sound a little bit more mellow, a little bit more beautiful. But the deal is, on Song 5, if you jump your eyes to measure 5 where that star is, it actually makes it easier on your fingers. So I'm going to play measure 5 and measure 6. You will notice that I keep my right hand down, except when I play the D. Of course, I have to pick up the red to play the D. But here is measure 5 and measure 6. Ooh, check my fingers out. I'm going to do it again. This is measure 5 and measure 6. Notice I did a lot with my left hand, but my right hand hardly did anything at all. So I encourage you to try that. Try measure, on Song 5, try the slur of measure 5 and measure 6. Takes some getting used to. The initials that clarinet people use are RHD. That stands for right hand down. So if you're ever in a situation where you have to go to an A, which is a throat tone, and then you have to leap to a note that uses like high notes, RHD. You can often use right hand down. It actually makes it sound more beautiful. If you don't think you can handle it, just play it the regular way. But it is a more advanced skill that I encourage you to try. Okay, song number 5. First time through, you might want to just listen to me play it. It's a challenging song. I am not going to do the repeat. I am going to do all the slurs. Okay, song number 5. Ready, get set, go. Do you recognize it? It is a famous little song. You might have to take it a lot slower than I did. Okay, the last one is Heroes and Villains. Again, A staffs and B staffs. It's a duet. I encourage you on your book to write A, B, A, B, A, B. And you need to decide, are you going to play the A staffs or are you going to play the B staffs? I'm looking it over. They're similar, but sometimes there's octaves. Like I'm looking at measure 18. The A staff has high C sharp and the B staff has low C sharp. Otherwise, it looks like it's, I don't know if there's any real harmony. It's just octaves. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play the A staff. I'm just going to play the A staff. So you can decide, do you want to play along with me or would you rather play the B staff and create a duet? There are some slurs. There's no key signature, but look at measure 10. Please notice in measure 10 it says to do C sharp, so right blue. Canon refers to different parts. The Heroes and Villains, remember, has the recording that goes along with it. So when you feel like you got Heroes and Villains mastered, remember, try to play it along with the recording. So a canon, in measure 10 it has canon. It must mean like that there's like an echo. It's similar to a round. Okay, it starts with a pickup note. Hopper ta. So I'll go 1 and 2, and you jump in with the hopper. So decide if you're playing the A staff or the B staff. I'm going to play the A staff. Including the repeat. Notice there's a repeat, first ending, second ending. It ends up being a challenging song. I'm going to lead it off with 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Challenging song. Okay, that was lesson 7.